Dan Cammish, we're here at a very sunny Croft. Official touring car test for this year. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, it's what a glorious day. Yorkshire sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. Yeah, I think we're all pretty happy, aren't we?
Yeah, it must be nice to be back actually after a long off season. Is it nice to have a bit of a break, or are you always straight away keen to get back out in the car?
I think initially it's really nice to have a break. I think all the guys look forward to that final round sort of coming around, and then the inevitable off period where you can sort of relax and gather your thoughts after a long season. It's pretty tiring for the guys and the drivers as well. It's amazing how quickly you miss it though. I'd say within probably around the Christmas period you start to sort of get this bit antsy and you want to drive something again, and you've still got a bit longer to wait, and then in the last couple of months it's definitely a bit like I'm ready now. I am more than ready. So it's great to be back, and these first couple of days, especially with the weather, we couldn't have had it better really.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of all change. So many changes up and down the grid. Your team is actually one of the ones with the same driver lineup, but you've got no hybrid this year, so the car's going to be a little bit different. Few rule changes, so there's always going to be stuff to get on top of ahead of the year. So days like today are pretty busy for you guys, aren't they?
Yeah, we have a testing plan that we work through as every driver will on this grid. As you mentioned, quite a lot to understand. No hybrid, which I think in terms of us for drivers, I think that's great because the cars are a bit lighter. Yeah. And if you ask any driver what they'd like, a lighter car would be one of them. So I think that is a big factor in the fact that lap times seem pretty fast already. Lighter cars, lots to learn. We're just working through a program. You never know what anyone's doing at this point. Ultimately, we've got different tyre compounds, we have different engine modes. You just got to kind of pull it all together, try and dig through the data as best you can to see what people may or may not be doing, and then we'll know more next week when we sort of get to media day and beyond.
Yeah, for sure. You're in safe hands. Obviously, you've been with this team for a fair few years now. You've been in the touring cars even longer. We've got a lot of new drivers coming in. What advice would you give to these rookies coming in? Because it wasn't that long ago that was you. And this championship, it's unlike anything else, isn't it? It's a big challenge at times.
It can be a very big challenge. I think, ultimately this is my 7th year now. Getting on one of the more veterans of the championship, which is crazy. But ultimately some of these guys are going to be really quick out the box. I think there's a nuance in touring cars in learning about how the weekend unfolds. It's a very busy we start on a Saturday morning, but from the moment we start to the moment we finish on Sunday night, it's a bit of a whirlwind. You don't get a lot of time for rest. You sort of drive from pillar to post. Obviously, we have a lot of fan engagement to do, a lot of driver, team engagement, sponsor engagement. You don't get a lot of downtime, and that's draining. And obviously 3 races on a Sunday, all quick fire. Again, just managing your weekend is something you've got to learn. And then obviously there's actually the racing. I think, like I said, some of these guys will be quick out the box, but the racing's a different animal. You have to learn how to go forwards and backwards at the same time. And also you've got to earn your stripes a bit. Everyone does. Ultimately, your respect will grow as the drivers in the championship more used to you. And just enjoy it because it is unlike anything else. And I'm sure the sort of uplift in the spotlight and the media attention will be something they all enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. It is really unique. Just to round off, going into the season, obviously it's very fast approaching. Going into it, do you have a particular aim, or is it a case of, like you said, not sure where everyone is, just seeing how things turn out at round one? What's the expectation, would you say?
I think ultimately we always sort of start out with relatively high goals. I mean, we're all here to be champion. We can all say that. But I think I always set myself a target of making sure that top 3 is I think a very good achievement at the championship, and I think to be in with a chance at the end. We do a thing at Silverstone prior to the second to last race where they take sort of the photos for the end of the season to sort of see who's in the challenge, and I always set myself a goal of ensuring that I'm in that photo shot, because that shows that you're in with a chance of the title. And ultimately in touring cars, it's a long season with a lot of luck, a lot of ups and downs to come. You want to be there with a chance at the end, because you never know. I know more than most. It ain't over till it's over, and you just don't know which way it's going to go. But I'd like to think on this current form, how the car feels and the way we're heading, that we're going to be in a very strong place for this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, best of luck for it and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Awesome.